And I see it when I look at our food forests, that the different interactions and different species and the diversity of the number of different things we're growing, 400, 500, 600 different types of things in a very small space, much like you'd see in a natural forest. There's something magical that happens when you bring that many species together and that they start interacting with each other. You can see that it makes for a much more adaptable ecosystem, a much more resilient ecosystem. So when stressful times hit, like last year when we had 3 months of no rain, or this year when we can't remember a day it didn't rain, the system seems to adjust itself really quickly. So when we have a lot of vole pressure at the start of the year, suddenly we see a lot more hawks by midsummer hunting and getting rid of some of that excess that we have. And another year it's the masting year for the nut trees, and suddenly everything seems to balance out. You're not under heavy pressure for harvest all the time with all the things. They take turns being fruitful and less fruitful, and it's actually quite a pleasure to observe that and be part of that. And that's why I would mimic nature in a food forest, because I think we're only beginning to learn how things interact and how the different species and the different diverse set of plants and animals and fungi live together and work together in harmony. And nature doesn't segregate. Nature brings together, and nature supports across many species. We're prepping areas. We're taking a lot of spaces for our food forests that are considered fringe land, not ideal land for growing things, and we're remediating poor soil or making better soil or raising soil up from swamp. And so part of that preparation means creating hugelkultur mounds that aren't necessarily great to plant into directly for some species. By doing this all together in one space, having your annuals interplanted with your fruit trees, for example, when fruit trees are young, there's a lot of space in between them. There's a lot of sun in between them. So you might as well take advantage of that space and have things growing and use that space while things are becoming mature. But I really look forward to hosting people and bringing them through some very young food forest in Blackburn Hamlet to see how we're converting some very difficult land, heavy clay swamp area, into something that's going to produce a lot of food, and something that trees and mushrooms and vegetables and herbs are going to really prosper in.